Hi, I'm Vince, also known as PleasantKenobi on the internet. Today, I've got a spicy Commander 2019 spoiler for you. Wizards of the Coast were kind enough to send me a free preview card, and it's much better than my last one. There's an old saying in politics. What? Oh, I said the P word, didn't I? Oh, no. Whoa. When I say politics in this video, I don't mean, you know, those kind of politics. I mean, look at the game of Commander. The old saying in politics is, the better the devil you know. But what if I had a devil you've never seen before? God, that's a bad segue, isn't it? This, my primitive screwheads, is Wildfire Devils. Look at how extravagant and elegant these devils are. Look at them dancing like some sort of dance recital. I love it. This is a 4-mana red creature. It's a devil. If you haven't noticed, I've said the word devil now around 5 times. When it enters the battlefield and at the beginning of your upkeep, choose a player at random. That player then exiles an instant or sorcery from their graveyard, copy that card, and you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Oh, and it's a 4/2. There is a lot to unpack here, so let's talk it through. It's red, and it casts cards from graveyards. I mean, it's not like we've seen cards that do that in the past that have been good. Although technically it doesn't actually cast it from the graveyard, because it's a copy of a card that has been exiled. So if you've got horrible stacks playing your local metagame and plays Grafdigger's Cage for a laugh, this actually gets around Grafdigger's Cage. And it wouldn't trigger the copy casting from Savine, the new Jeskai commander, because again, it's not being cast from the graveyard. It's an important distinction to make. This is the most political devil I've ever seen in Magic. It randomly selects a player for you to mess about with, but it opens up for some really interesting situations and nuanced political table play. Is that a term? This card can recast board wipes from opponents' graveyards. It can fire off spot removal, but only if the randomly select player is in on the plan. They get to choose the card. The player is randomized, but the player that gets picked chooses the card. That means that you can discuss out your plans and slow down the game quite significantly, and then enact that plan with the help of another player at the table, an ally, a friend if you will. A friend! If they don't want you to destroy the Winter Warp that's currently locking everyone out of the game, they might decide to give you the Farseek in their graveyard over the Colligan's command. But then the politics can go deeper. Let's say they give you the path to exile out of your yard, but it's up to you where you point it in the end. You can enact the ultimate betrayal and get the player who thought you were helping them and get them good. Some might say that's devilishly good. This card works best in 2 scenarios that I can think of, hitting either specific answers, like I said, with removal, board wipes, etc. from people's yards, or casting huge, gross spells, like things like Blatant Thievery. In order to do this card could work well in mill strategies, for example, and look to fill up people's yards to get some juicy goodness, or perhaps mass discard or wheeling effects. I think this card could actually be pretty gas on a Nekusar deck, to talk about existing commanders. Wildfire Devils having not only the upkeep but also the enter the battlefield effect means we get immediate value, and we don't have to pass the turn, and we don't have to hope we don't get board wiped. But it does feel like a better late game card in general. Casting this on curve doesn't seem all that great, as people's graveyards are going to be empty. Even if 1 or 2 players are ramping with Kodama's Reach or Cultivates, it might not select them randomly. You might get the player with the empty graveyard and the artifact mana in play. If you're wanting to really get tricksy with this and ensure that your opponents have to give you their dig through times or other tasty treats like time walks, you could always sculpt their graveyard with cards like Scavenging Ooze. Later in the game, you can spend mana to eat useless spells you don't want, and that means when it triggers and resolves and gets that player, they have no choice but to give you the goods. All's fair in love and war, and politics. All in all, I think this is a fun, flavourful card. It's both political and chaotic, which feels very devilish to me. It's unique in what it does. I can't think of other creatures that do such a weird thing with other people's graveyards. It's kind of like a hybrid of 2 of my old favourites from back in my early days of playing EDH. Chancellor of the Spires, that gives me to cast a specific spell from people's graveyards, and Charmbreaker Devils, which allows me to use my graveyard. Because don't forget, this card can also get things out of your own graveyard as well. The upside is it's much more aggressively costed than either of those cards. The other interesting thing about this is that it exiles that spell. So if you've got an opponent who's going to, like, you know, start to storm off, or they've got big 6 mana, 7 mana, 8 mana sorceries that you're scared of them recurring with Eternal Witness, this card can help you to get rid of some of those things. And then we come to outside of Commander. Will it see play anywhere outside of the EDH tables? Don't forget the Commander precons at one point or another gave us True Name Nemesis, which was a mistake, Wizards. I plan to add one of these to my Minikube because we get a big graveyard stack with really powerful effects in Minikube. So being able to then get this politics on the go in a 4-player match of Minikube would be awesome. Also, part of me wants to, maybe for the meme, play Devil Stompy, where we play, of course, 4 Chancellor of the Void and 4 Trinisphere and some Soul Lands, but then we cast like Sin Prodder, which is a pet card of mine, into this bad boy, and then we can recast our opponent's disruption and removal spells, but perhaps not their 1-mana cantrips into our Chalice though. And true, best case scenario, we might get to recast our own Fiery Confluences, which seems pretty gas. So tell me in the comment section below, what cards are you most excited about stealing from opponents' graveyards with Wildfire Devils? What big, splashy, 9-mana sorceries do your friends play in your local playgroup that you can't wait to be like, oh, I think I'll cast that now? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you've enjoyed this spoiler video and you found it insightful and engaging. Please share it with your friends. A link to this on Reddit if you're going to share it over there and things of that nature. An absolutely massive thank you to Wizards of the Coast for actually involving me in spoilers this time round and also giving me a really cool and unique rare. I really genuinely appreciate it. I've been Vince, also known as PleasantKenobi on the internet. Keep it political and I'll see you all very, very soon. Ta-ta for now.